All right. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and here we are for the first live stream actually in a few weeks at this point. Figured we would just kind of get together, chat. It's been a busy week with Gamescom and all of the news that's come out. We just kind of had breaking Harry Potter Quidditch champion news come out that I'll be doing a video for right after this. It was originally going to be an Astrobot video, and that'll just go up, I guess, tomorrow now. So shift everything by a day. But man, this was a great week. Really, the last couple of weeks have picked up quite a bit, and Gamescom, Black Myth Wukong, and not just its success and how many numbers it gets and all that jazz, but also it's actually just a really good game. I've been playing that pretty much every night. Getting there. Hopefully I can beat it within the next couple days and do some sort of review like on Monday or Tuesday or something. So you had a massive game, a game that probably is going to get 15 plus million units sold, you imagine. And then Gamescom with, I don't know, I mean, I can kind of just go through the list of all the videos that I made on it. There's a lot of Planet Coaster 2 stuff for those that care about Planet Coaster 2, Kingdom Come, Silent Hill, lots of stuff going on. But if you guys want to talk about anything in particular, let me know in the chat, and we'll hang out, we'll chat for a bit. Yeah, what a week. What a week it has been. It's good to be back. And 2 weeks from now we get Astrobot. Well, actually next Friday is Star Wars Outlaws. And then 2 Fridays is Astro. But between that, I think on the 3rd, which is the Tuesday, maybe. Yeah, possibly. On that 3rd, we get Quidditch Champions and Casting of Frank Stone. So within the next 2 weeks, we are getting another 4 games of consequence, in my opinion. And we've had Black Myth just this week. So I think we're back. I really think we're back. I think we got 79,500 subscribers. We hit that mark today. So we're about 500 away from 80K. And I think we're going to do it in the next month or two. So Epic, what's going on, buddy? Nick, and I'm doing this on StreamYard so I can be able to highlight your comments, which I think is really always good. I always prefer to do the live stream here. I guess you can program it in OBS, but I've never been able to actually figure that out. Yeah, the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, a little bit later in September, thank God, so I can wait a little bit on it, but looks good. Looks good. I'm going to give it a chance. I don't know if I'll get it right away. I kind of think I won't get it right away, but I will eventually get it, is my plan for that one. What's going on, Cat Kitty Games? Xeon, what's going on? Doing better than you. Well, I wish you the best, and I hope we can at the very least distract you. If you want to chat about a game or anything like that, to get your mind off of the real world stuff. That's why I like games quite a bit, right? They're escapism. They're the best form of escapism. But I hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm pumped for Silent Hill 2. This has been a good week for Silent Hill 2. Even the length, which I think some people just didn't actually understand the video that I made. I'm not like mad that it's double the length. I'm just kind of curious as to why it's double the length, but I'm definitely excited for Silent Hill 2. While working out, very good, very good. It's like got to keep yourself healthy. If you can do 2 things at once, it's always better to do 2 things at once. What's going on, man? Lots of great stuff dropping. Great. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and like I said, we got the Quidditch Champions news of they are working on a 6v. The rest of the stuff actually kind of got canceled out, right? Because they did a roadmap. They basically gave us a roadmap, which I think is really cool. But in that roadmap, they confirmed that 6v6 is coming to Quidditch Champions, and a couple people tagged me. So that felt good. I feel like I was the only one talking about it. Like Discord, like there were thousands, and I'm not even exaggerating with that. There were thousands of people mad about the Quidditch Champions thing, and you could see in the Discord there was just so many messages. But in terms of like YouTube videos, I feel like nobody talked about it. Like not a single. Everybody was like, which like, I'm not gonna tell people what to do for videos. They can do whatever they want, but I was like the only one that made a video talking about that stuff. So double exposure. I got a video. Well, what do we do? I did a video yesterday for double exposure, and then I got another one recorded and done, and it'll go up. It's actually on Rachel Amber. This weekend will be a video on Rachel Amber. So very excited for that. It is, if next month we could get the Tokyo game, if in September, right? September's got a lot of games. September's got, so it's got Casting of Frank Stone. It's got Quidditch Champions. That's 2. Astro. Space Marine 2, Lollipop, Epic Mickey, Dead Rising. And I could be missing one, but I'm pretty sure those are like my 7 that I think of when I think of September. 7 games of note. TGS, Death Stranding 2, maybe a couple other things, but probably mainly Death Stranding 2. And if you can get a PlayStation Showcase out of September, yeah, September is going to be a good month, a really good month. Yeah, I truthfully am excited for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I really am. I think I watched the entire. I did that for a couple of the games this week. Like I watched just a lot of impressions videos this week. I watched a lot of obviously if they dropped like raw gameplay, I watched that. So Kingdom Come, like I watched as much as I could. Impressions on it, the 25-minute gameplay on it that they posted. It sounds fantastic. I just always get worried about like the systems in it. You know what I mean? Like they stress me out. I'm not good at them. So that one is just something that I want to like it. I can say like truthfully, I am excited for it. But what I'm gonna do, I actually wrote it in my other book. I have a book here. Sometimes of ideas and whatnot, but I like how my green screen doesn't like let me show my freaking hand. But I am gonna replay Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, and I'm gonna do it. I think the week before, like there'll be a video on Back to the Past 1 week before 2 comes out. So that's kind of my plan. I'm actually deep into planning. I already have this entire year planned for Back to the Past. Now I got through that week of February, the first week of February. I wrote down some games that I want to cover next year on Back to the Past for those that care. And there's 52 weeks in a year, right? You take out maybe 2 or 3 of those for like different kinds of videos I do. So you got like maybe 50 or so. I think I wrote down 80 games that I were like big anniversaries or they're connected to games that I want to kind of cover. So I'm not going to get the whole list, but I legitimately wrote down 80, 85 games. But, next year's the Kingdom Hearts year. I'm going to start doing Kingdom Hearts videos over there. Old games, obviously new stuff will be on podcast now. But yeah, a lot of exciting things. Oh man. Well, you only got a year and I was gonna round a year and a half, 2 years. Not bad. Don't sweat it. High school is well, you're in 11. You've done it before. You've done it before. High school, I took it seriously, but high school never like, I don't know, like the peer pressures and all the stuff of high school never really got to me. And you do honestly, like you never talk to like 95% of the people around you ever again once you leave. It's an interesting like 4 years of your life if you think about it. Nathaniel, thank you. What's your logo? It looks cool. Oh no, not my camera doing its stupid camera stuff. There we go. Fixed it. Outlaws is the next new game for me, but keep an eye on. Yeah, honestly, man, the more I play Black Myth, like I got stuck in a boss fight for no joke. No, I was like I was keeping track. I got stuck on a boss fight for 2 hours, and up until that point, I didn't struggle. I did not struggle. I got stuck at a boss fight for 2 hours, beat him, and then after that boss fight, I've been cruising, and I faced a boss yesterday. I kind of ended it on that boss, and I died like 3 times, but I think I almost got them already. So it's like I'm having a good pace to it. I'm like level 45 or something. Like I'm doing a lot. I'm finding optional boss fights, and the game is really good. I got to be real. There is definitely like camera work is kind of poor. There's times with big bosses where like they didn't. I think you should pull back, the camera if it's a big boss, and they don't do that. And you'll be aiming at the wrong thing. You fight like a dragon at one point, and the locking on is terrible. So it's not a perfect game, but it honestly is a blast. It's a really fun game. It can be very challenging, but very rewarding, much like a lot of those games. But I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really, really glad that it exists, like it actually happened, because it felt not real for a long time. A few of my favorite games shown. So, honestly, Planet Coaster 2. I watched a lot of impressions on Planet Coaster 2. I thought that looked really, really cool. More of like the water park kind of features. Seeing more of Life is Strange was really cool. So, like, I'd kind of default to that one. If we're talking just about like the live stream, Mafia being announced. I mean, we already knew it was happening, but like, kind of getting the context, that was really cool. So Mafia was a standout for me. Honestly, the videos I made kind of reflect what I thought was like the coolest stuff. The only one I didn't make a video on that stood out to me was Planet Coaster, and it's just because it hasn't done all that great whenever I do videos on it sometimes. So I just didn't do a video. But the videos I made, like Crimson Desert, like those, I made those videos not for views. I made them for like they were the standouts of this week for me. So that's how you can kind of tell. You can tell my interest based off my videos, right? Because I don't really cover stuff I don't care about. Um, a puzzle in Stellar Blade almost made me rage. Wow. Wow. Yeah, there were I got what did I there was one time, it was towards the ends. I won't spoil anything, but you're like inside and there's like a school type situation going like of the older days, and I just remember being like turned around. I think I got lost. I remember being lost towards the just for like one area in Stellar Blade, and it made me really confused. I'm planning on buying Silent Hill 2 remake physical. Nice, nice. That's a good one to get physically because Silent Hill games are notoriously expensive, like preservationist wise. So yeah, that's actually really, I didn't think of that, and I might have to do that myself. Did you see that quote from that one Rocksteady employee? He said he wishes the Series S wasn't made. Oh, really? Well, there's another situation where I mean, and I actually talk about this like there's going to be a video going up on Podcast Now Plus where I talk about Avowed and Concord, like the two news stories, and I say the same thing there, so I'm kind of repeating myself. But honestly, when the Series S kind of like drama stuff started, I didn't believe it. Like I didn't buy into it, and like I kind of thought it was like a myth, right? But as time has gone on, I really think there's something wrong with the way they designed it, and I mean not even the way they designed it, the way they like lined it up, right? Like I really think the Series S is a problem. Like I truly believe that it's good for getting in cheap. It's the cheapest console, of the group, of next gen and whatnot, but I think the sacrifices you had to make development wise, I feel like it's hurting games, third party games. Yeah, I think it's the reason about why Black Myth isn't on Xbox right now. I think it's the reason why. What's the other game that was kind of delayed on Xbox because of that? There's been a couple of them, and that's the problem. It shouldn't be. I've been thinking of the indie game. Indie is a good one. Indie looked great. I really liked how Indiana Jones looked. I'm excited for that one. It is, well, I would say Black Myth is like a faster, yeah, like it reminds me of a Soulsborne type thing. It reminds me of Stellar Blade. It reminds me a little bit of Jedi with the different stances, although I don't really actually use the different stances in Black Myth. I kind of stick to just one of them. But yeah, yeah, it's like I'm not good at the Dark Souls of the world, and I'm actually pretty okay at Black Myth. So I feel like you need to have played like if you've never played one of these challenging games, like it would kind of be a problem. But if you've struggled with some of the harder ones, but like you have played these type of games before, I think it's actually right up your alley. I don't know. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. That's true. When I made those videos, I got plenty of people that said like they understood what I was saying, but they didn't care, right? Where it's like I'm not going to play multiplayer, or I wasn't going to do competitive stuff anyway, and I get that. I just think they're doing everything else, right? They're kind of just leaving the competitive side on the bench for some reason when they didn't have to do that. So, well, I think it's because Jurassic Park Survival is still quite a while out. That's what I believe. Um, I think Jeff just always gets excited for the Game Awards, but I mean, maybe this year is bigger than other years. It's possible. Oh, really? Well, funny enough, dang it. Funny enough, I actually have a video going up on the weekend talking about why I think Metal Gear is going to get delayed out of this year. If previews drop like next week, it's possible it doesn't get delayed out of this year, but I still think it will. I really still think it will. No. I truly don't think. I think Game Awards maybe if Jeff throws them a bone, but I don't honestly see it happening. I really don't see Wolf Among Us happening this year. Need to replay Vanity. Yeah, I think Black Myth is great, but Black Myth I don't think threatens the top 2. For me, Black Myth is a lot of fun. I maybe put Black Myth in my top 5, maybe even top 3. I'd have to think about the games I played this year, but still, right now, Final Fantasy is number 1, Banisher is number 2, but Astrobot could take it. Astro could take it. Silent Hill, I guess if everything goes right, Silent Hill could take it, or like has a chance, right? Life is Strange, of course, is a real contender for me. If Life is Strange is even like decently good, it'd be in my top 5 just because Max is back. Yeah, I didn't understand. So it was true. I mean, I talked about that news story, right, where EA was going, but not for Dragon Age, and Konami went, but not for Metal Gear or Silent Hill. Even though we did get Silent Hill stuff separate. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the TMNT game. I think that's October, right? I've been seeing it in the release schedule, but I'm not, as of now. I don't think I would get it. But yeah. I'm not good at fighting. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If you are not into those type of games like at all, you're gonna it can get hard. Black Myth can get really, really difficult at times. Dale, what's going on, buddy? Boy, to Sony. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. No, like I said, I'm gonna do. I already did. It's just gonna go up later. The Concord stuff. Yeah, Sony needs. It's heartbreaking seeing. You see, like the interviews on Concord a few days ago where they said like it took them 8 years to make it. They are ready to support it for years to come. And it's like, you hate to hear it. You hate to hear it because I feel bad. I actually feel genuinely bad because I don't really think there's anything like massively wrong with that game. I think it's just the wrong time. I think people have had enough. I think it's not doing anything different. Like in a way, I guess that's its biggest problem, right? Is that it's just another one of the exact same type of games that we've gotten like 1,000 of. And that's its problem. And why it took 8 years, somebody needs to do an investigation into that one. But they're not going to be supporting that game for years. I think that game is going to be shut down very soon. Not out of like I'm rooting for it. I just really it's not getting supported. So they need Astro. And I said on Twitter. I don't know if you guys know. I secured. I don't have it yet because I'm just like everybody else. I have the Astrobot controller coming. I actually did get it, so it should be here day 1. Should be here on that 6th. So that's fun. And got the girlfriend into Life is Strange. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's so good to see Max back. Every time we see little snippets of double exposure, but it's good to be back. Rocksteady's next game. I think WB Montreal's could be like within the next year we see it. That's what I think for that. Rocksteady, I don't think it's for years, But WB Montreal we should see soon, honestly. I think we'll get DLC. Yeah, I mean, well, that's true. That's true. God of War, but see, God of War did like it was a free update, right? It was the Valhalla thing. And I mean, I'm not discrediting. It was awesome, but I don't know. I don't think what people think of as Spider-Man 2 DLC is going to happen. That's just what I think. Well, I didn't say it'll come out in 2020. Well, I did. But Joe Raptor heard from one of the developers that it was coming out in 2026. So yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but you know what? To be honest with you, there's a lot of games this fall. There's a lot of games in 2025. The next year and a half should just go by in a flash, and we'll be in 2026 before you know it. I am very excited for Superman movie. Yep. It comes out, I believe, on my sister's birthday, July 11th, I think. So that's fun. But yeah, I intend to watch it. Yeah, I think having a showcase and then a TGS thing would be solid. Spyro 4, not this year. Not this year. Will Indie get a physical release or just digital? I don't know if it's been confirmed. I mean, they did those 3 editions. I assume you can get it physically. I think it'd be crazy to not get it physically, especially a game that big. Don't you love that my mic is just gone? Like, show my mic. There we go. You can see it if I have my hand there, and then it's gone. I like Grand Theft Auto 4 is my favorite GTA. I've never played any of them that much, but GTA 4 is my favorite one. Yep. Oh, so funny story with this one. I tried so I've played Arkham Asylum maybe 6 times, and I think on try number 2, I did try to do it, and either a Riddler trophy got glitched or I got stopped on something, but I've been close. I'm only a couple trophies away, like, and on the original, like, on PS3. I'm pretty close to it. I don't think I would do it. I don't think I would do it, but I was actually pretty close to it. And do I regret it? Yes. Do I regret not getting the platinum? Sure do. I sure do. I appreciate it, Nick. Thank you, buddy. I don't know. Phantom Blade, like looking at Phantom Blade reminds me a lot of Black Myth. So I mean, if they're comparable games, that's fine. And I did see, yep, I did see a DJ. Thanks for the comment. I tweeted it. I did a quote tweet that I'm gonna do a video on it right after I'm done here. We'll talk about it. I feel great because I think led the charge, with getting mad about 3v3. So yeah. I'm actually gonna replay probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm gonna replay Resident Evil 2 remake. So ask me in 3 weeks or wait till October for the Back to the Past video because I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be doing that soon. Breaking the rules and Shadow Shut on PS2 emulator. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. I'm gonna definitely do breaking the rules on it. Like I said, I got a long list. I got a long list to go through on Back to the Past, and the games just never end. New games become retro every year. You know what I mean? One day we'll be talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on that channel, even though it came out just this year. Yeah, I can talk about Concord. Do you want any specific thing? You just want me to give you my overall thoughts on Concord? Like I said, I kind of already did it by accident, right? Like I said, I don't think there's anything inherently bad with it except that it doesn't do anything different. I guess the weekly cutscenes, right? Like that's something, but I mean, I don't really think people just don't care. People just do not care about Concord. I think that's fair. I think we've had 1,000 games like Concord, and that's an exaggeration, but we've literally had hundreds of games like Concord. And I also think the price, like it being $40, is too much. It's too much. It should have been free to play. And I think it will become free to play, and they'll do it. I imagine they do it quickly. I wonder if going into 2025 they make Concord, which would be 5 months in. And I don't think that would work either. I just don't think it's a game people care about. Like that's as simple as it. I don't think it's a bad game. I played it, when they did the beta. I thought it was fine. I actually had fun. But I played it like 2-3 days and that was it. I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back. Right now I'm playing Black Myth, so I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. And I mean, if I got it for free, maybe I would jump in every now and then, right? So yeah. I thought some things in like the Gamescom live stream were good. I think the info we got from Gamescom was really good. Anthony, what's going on, buddy? Stellar Blade was amazing and it will get a sequel. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah. Well, anything is better than now for WB, and Superman alone, I think would do really, really good. So, and hopefully Wonder Woman does come out next year at better. I don't know if it killed. I mean, well, it definitely hurt Xbox. Like I think the ramifications of the Series S have been felt, and I wonder if one day like we hear about it, like officially, like 10 years from now, I wonder if people like do the reports. You know how nowadays, I mean, it was said back then, so I guess this isn't a great comparison, but the PS3 with the way the processors worked and it was very hard to code for, right? Development on PS3 was much harder than on Xbox. That's like a known thing. I guess it was kind of a known thing back then, but it's talked about more now. I wonder if that happens like in 10 years where everybody just kind of concedes that, yeah, the Series S was impossible you had to make every game 30 frames per second. Like it delayed games, it slowed games down. I wonder if people like just openly talk about that. Yeah, there's some Silent Hill games, but most like Book of Memories, Shattered. Oh no, what's the one? Shattered Memories. There's quite a few Silent Hill games that are very expensive. And I'm talking like 100 to 2. I mean, some of the Silent Hill 2 or 3 or both of them, they're like $200 to get, which is just a joke. I understand why they made the Series S I get it. I think it was a good idea for what they were trying to do. Like it's an entry point. It's an entry point to Game Pass. It's an entry point to the Xbox ecosystem. Now the Xbox ecosystem doesn't exist because they don't want it to. And you have to ask yourself if the pros were worth the cons, right? Was it worth getting into the Game Pass? It probably was. It probably was worth getting into Game Pass for Xbox to offset the negatives, which was the console just holds things back. Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The idea that everything has to run equal on both of them, right? Which has been talked about. And that'll probably get more talked about as time goes on. Real next Lego. Yeah, I think so. Well, because it was April, so we're approaching 2.5 years. Next year will be 3 years early in the year. So I imagine we don't leave 2025 without knowing the next Lego game. Jay, what's up? Well, it's good to see you. Black Myth is a blast. Try to say that 10 times fast. Black Myth is a really fun game. I don't want to rush it. Because I still got like 3 chapters and they take maybe 3 to 5 hours each. So I got to beat it before Star Wars Outlaws, right? Because that's coming up soon. And I still got to finish Silent Hill 2, start on my old games. I got Silent Hill 2, Alien Isolation, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Those are my 3. And I got to find a couple days to be able to go through these games. Good to see you, buddy. Stellar, yes. Oh, well, if you played Stellar Blade, I feel like Black Myth is not that far away from it, They haven't really talked about Mafia, the old country, all that much, but I would hope that they've learned from the past. Has the Patrick Star game actually been confirmed, or did we just run with that when they haven't shown it? Because we haven't seen anything of it, right? Do we know for sure it's happening? I will not get too hyped for it until we know more. I'll just say that. No, I won't retract it. No, it came from a developer. So I mean, like, I'm just saying I'm not the origin source of saying that Phantom Blade Zero is coming out in 2 years. I'm not where that came from. You know what I mean? This is only because of StreamYard. If you stream, and you can see it up here. If you stream on StreamYard, there's like different packages you can do. They're not too expensive, but they're also not too cheap. And you can have the comments pop up. But on OBS, you can do it. Like there's a plugin you can download. I've never done it, but I've seen videos on how to do it. There's plugins of how to I've seen live streams. I'm sure you have, right? Where there'll be like a box like up here, like here, and it'll be like scrolling it. You can do that in OBS, but on this, it's as easy as going like this, clicking it, and then going off like that. There you go. Hello there. Hello there. Yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility. I think Star Wars Outlaws is going to be like a safely good game. That's what I think it's going to come out on like the good side of things, and just it's not going to be amazing. It's not going to be great. It's going to be good. And hey, you need some good games every now and then. Nice. Good birthday gift. I once got Kingdom Hearts 2 for my birthday, and that's my favorite birthday memory of all time, I think. Tomb Raider, I do think, is a Game Awards game. I've been saying that for a while. Phil Spencer, like peace, slimy business friend, whatever he said. Yeah. The Phil Spencer thing, I don't remember his exact quote, so I don't want to like misquote him, right? I don't think he actually lied, right? Because I think he answered the question very specifically, and it was a very specific question that wasn't the same. Like I've seen the clip being played out, and I don't think he lied. I think he used very clever slash slimy, corporate talk, but I genuinely do not believe he actually said words that he lied and he contradicted himself. I don't think he did that. I think he played it just like on the line. So yeah. Yeah, I actually get very worried that Suicide Squad is just going to end and they're not going to do the offline patch, because I'll get very, very mad about that. Very mad. Jeff is from Canada. You can tell anytime he speaks, and it should happen in Canada as well. Don't do it. I appreciate the opinion. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. I just try to keep it real. I try to play the games and talk about the games that I care about. And yeah, we're not breaking records for viewership or nothing, but I'm really happy. I'm happy with like the videos that I do. I'm happy with the games that I cover. I still think I'm what do you want? Oh, that's a lemon drink. Yeah. But like I like the content that I do. I really not to sound so cocky, but I really don't think there's many YouTubers that do it. I'm talking to my wife, by the way. I could just be talking to nobody and just say I'm insane, but I'm not. Um, but yeah, I feel like my blend of news with theories, with like my genuine excitement for like most new games that are coming out, I feel like I kind of am like an IGN, like an independent journalist. Like that's kind of what I think I've like built, which I'm proud of. And then got Back to the Past podcast now plus. By the way, I'll be seeing Beetlejuice in 2 weeks. We'll do a review on that on podcast now plus as well. And also, oh no, well that's the Thursday night. Yeah, we're fine. We had scheduling conflicts, but we're good. Also, Borderlands comes out through streaming because nobody saw it. What next Saturday? So my plan is I'm gonna hopefully watch it, and then I'll do a video like a review for members. So that might be the members video for Patreon and YouTube members. Like the first week of September. So that'll be like the two. If you're on the $2 tier or $5, either tier, you'll probably see a Borderlands review. That's kind of all my plans. That's really all I got. Yeah, well, Suicide Squad had DC. It has it being Suicide Squad. It has it being from Rocksteady, right? Nobody's heard of Fire Sprite. Just like that's not being mean. It's just like they're not known. This Concord is not an established IP. It's not trying to do it. I mean, Suicide Squad at least tried to do something. Like it's kind of a mismatch of all these different types of games. The Concord is just not. Oh, I see. I see. No, well, no, I would really prefer it to just be Jin Sakai, to be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly would just like it to be him. Oh, yeah, I don't YouTube's got the stupidest rules when it comes to comment sections, but yeah. Go watch Jay's videos. My top games at Gamescom were COD, Mafia, and Indie. Nice. Nice. Yep, the rumor is Rocksteady is doing the Hogwarts Legacy game of the year, or what do they call it? Director's cut. Yeah, WB needs to pull it together. I think Spider-Man 3 will have 3. Yep. So Borderlands 4, I'm excited for. I think they've never really lost it when it's come to gameplay. I think that's always been pretty solid, pretty good. The writing's been atrocious for a while. And I say a while is in like years, right? Because you had Borderlands 3, you had new Tales of the Borderlands, which was one of the worst written games I've ever had the displeasure of playing in my entire life. And I'm not exaggerating on that one. So I need them to pull it together in the writing. I need Randy Pitchford to also get off of Twitter and stop complaining about the Borderlands movie. And I need, some hard work being put into Borderlands 4. But I'm excited for it. I would get it day one. And Dying Light, I really liked Dying Light 1. I liked Dying Light 2. I wouldn't say like I loved it, but I did like it. And yeah, the Beast thing, the Beast game looks cool. It looks cool. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's what I need you to do, Telos. I need you to you have me on Twitter. I need you to send me that. So if you could do that. Is it on the gaming leaks and is it the PS5? Yeah, Telos, if you could send me that, that would be great. Thank you. The Sly thing, if you're still here. Twisted Metal will be at the Twisted Metal game was reportedly canceled. So like, are we getting a different Twisted Metal game? Please send me that and I will make a video and I will shout you out. Okay. I'll do it immediately. Oh God, never, never, because you got Venom, Wolverine, Spidey 3, Ratchet, other games. We won't kind of, I don't know if it's like spoilers, right? Like the 2030 stuff with an X and stuff like that. They're not going to do the days of them doing a Sunset Overdrive are gone, and that's sad. And I've been against that for a while, as you guys know, right? Yes. Yeah. I think the wink wink nod nods to the PlayStation stuff for 2025. I think Ghost 2 is aiming for 2025. Yeah, oh man, Parker. Yeah. Stellar Blade. 2K has got it locked next year, 2025. Judas, Mafia, Borderlands, GTA. Am I missing one? Like, I mean, enormous. Enormous. And they laid off all those people this past year because they couldn't afford things. So, I don't know. You make that make sense. Oh man. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm ready for. Honestly, I haven't watched the last 2 trailers. No, that's a lie. I don't know why I said. I watched. Which one did I watch? The 2 most recent trailers. I watched one of them. I don't remember which one, but or it was the Cell arc. So the Cell Android arc. So maybe 2 trailers ago. But I'm done. I don't need to see more of it. It's perfect. It's perfect. I just need it to come out. Um, yeah, that's a good question. I'm trying to read it without saying it out. Who do you think is making the Venom game? Because Insomniac has 3 teams, and we know one of them is on Wolverine. The other, well, I don't think the Spidey 3 team is like a full-on team. So I think that's the Venom team. Um, I think they kind of borrow things from each other. Like they have 3, because you also have to remember they have a couple people working on Ratchet and Clank. Like couple, like I mean, like 3, right? They have a couple. So I think they borrow people and like, maneuver things. So I don't think it's as cut and dry as saying team A, team B, TC. Team team A, team B, team C. I don't think it's that simple. Well, I don't want to I mean like the Wolverine stuff, a lot of that stuff has been leaked, so I'll say Sabretooth. I mean, to keep it connected a little bit to what we just saw in Deadpool Wolverine. But I don't know. I don't really know a lot of villains for Marvel just in general for like specific characters. So I'm willing to go with the flow and like a kind of a casual. And I'm serious in terms of the games and how the games play and systems and stuff. But story wise, you can kind of do kind of whatever, and I would decently go along with it. The issue is it's called Microsoft Flight Sim, right? So that kind of holds it back. But no, I probably eventually will. Yep, I remember that. I remember that. I've never played a silent. Nice, nice. Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, many fan bases are toxic. Even Life is Strange. I'll throw people under the bus. I don't have any names actually. Every fan base has bad people. Or people that are just kind of mean. Or I've seen people with Life is Strange, and again, I respect this. I've seen people that are very violently against the game because there's no Chloe, and she's not like a main thing. And I get it. I want Chloe. We've talked about her in like every video I've made on Life is Strange, and I don't think anybody's made more Life is Strange videos than me, just in general. But even that community, which I feel like I'm one of like the main people, a lot of them are bad. A lot of them have bad people. Scream has terrible people in it. Mainly on Twitter, actually only on Twitter. Yeah. GTA, hopefully we see it this fall. I'm hoping we see it this fall. I started Banjo. Okay. I started Banjo, and I'm going to go back to it to do a video on it in December. Okay. So it is going to happen. Okay. It's going to happen. Don't worry. Oh boy. It's got a Mario Kart. It's got to be a Mario Kart. Yeah. 3D Mario. Yeah. It should just roll out the red carpet. New Mario Kart, and maybe that'd be cool. But Mario game, and the greatest situation. I love Mario Galaxy is my favorite Mario games. So like a Super Mario Galaxy 3 would be, I think I'd cry. Like it'd be unreal. Because the Galaxy 1 and 2 are so good. Some of the best games ever made. I don't think so. I think sometimes they care as much as us. Sometimes we care more than them. You know what I mean? I care about it. I love anniversaries, but sometimes they don't care. Capcom. So RE9, Pragmata. Obviously got Monster Hunter. I think they are gonna bring back Mega Man. I think you're gonna get a new Dead Rising, like maybe not Dead Rising 5, but like a like it'll be called Dead Rising something. So yeah, I'll keep it to 4 for now. RE, well, Monster Hunter obviously next year, but RE and oh my god, Pragmata as like big ones, and then I do think Mega Man comes back, and maybe Dino Crisis too. Maybe I did see that. I did see that. I like the more space the merrier. So, but I already have one, so it's fine. Yeah, there was a couple universally hated things in Mafia 3, so I hope that they stay clear. I hope they stay clear of those. I don't think no, I've never played. Nope. Made for kids. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. You think Netflix? I don't think they have the rights anymore, so I think it would still go through. I could be wrong though, but I think it would go through Marvel. I think a Daredevil game would actually be really cool though. I think Sly 2 would probably come, and I also think they're gonna do Sly 2 merch. Personally, I think that's what's gonna happen, and I will buy it. I will swing that. Oh, nice, nice. I've heard that Alien movie is very scary. As you know, I'm not scary. So, did I say that right? I'm reading as I'm talking. I'm not into scary things, so I can't watch it. I do wanna watch Deadpool and Wolverine another time, though. I still oh my god. Yeah. Well, let's spend some time talking about it a little bit, right? How much is this is a quick just little search here. How much is Silent Hill 3? Especially in pristine condition like you have it, Jay. Silent Hill 3. They're insane. Oh yeah. Oh. 100 and nope, depends on which one you're buying. I'm seeing 125. There's got to be something wrong with it. PS2. Oh, okay. Do you have the sticker on the case? You said you have it wrapped up. You could get. I would honestly say. Oh yeah, he opened it. You could probably get $220 for Silent Hill 3. In other words, it would cost $220 to buy Silent Hill 3 from you. I'm always up for donations, though, if you're interested. No, I could never ask you. If you do $300, you can get Silent Hill 3 and 2, but 2 is greatest hits. And as we know from collecting games, right? You don't get greatest hits unless you get all greatest hits and you make it a collection. But normally you don't go for greatest hits, as we all know here, right? I actually do like Nintendo games, and So what happened with Nintendo is like I actually had a contact in the inside, and not like a rumor leak person, but I actually had a person that worked in like the PR thing, and she would always put my name on the list like for review codes for Nintendo, and I never got a single one. And she was a nice person, and I think she left the company, but I'll never forget that. Like, and that was early days of podcasts. Now, she was nice. She would talk, in email, and if I ever said, "Hey, can you put me for Mario, whatever?" she would put my name on the list, and I would just never get picked. But that's just a fun story. But I have many Nintendo. I've got like 15. I've got more Nintendo Switch physical games than I have PS5 and Series X combined. So yeah, I do like Nintendo, and I'm waiting for Mario Kart. I'm waiting for it. I've been waiting for it forever. Like I said, Galaxy. I love Super Mario Galaxy. So yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. Um, um, yeah, I will be furious and I'll make a video if Suicide Squad doesn't happen. Yeah, it's true. Put Yusuke into Ghost of Tsushima. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. I feel like you kind of have to do the offline. They promised it. That would be really bad. Gamescom, Xbox sucked, and that's a popular opinion. I mean, like the indie stuff was cool. It was just that it's coming to PlayStation, right? You know, I don't mind it. I don't mind it now. I mean, I might mind it when we're playing it. So, but as of now, I don't, if Silk is the third one, it's whatevs. No, I appreciate it, buddy. I'm sure we both do. We both do. The chat is, as I've always said, the chat is not delayed. It's because I try to read all your comments and give you the time that you deserve, and that puts me half an hour behind. I'm actually only 9 minutes behind. Randy Pitchford is addicted to Twitter. Yeah, they might have a serious problem with GTA 6 and the Series S. I got to be real. I'm very worried about Wolverine. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that narrative where it's like, how badly did that hack actually maybe hurt Insomniac? I would be willing to go into the conspiracies, but yeah, who would be the main villain? I think Carnage. I think Carnage. Okay, did you send it to me on Twitter? Did you send it to me on Twitter? I'll check it. I appreciate you bringing that up. I love talking sly rumors that are fake, and I'm not saying that is fake, but it's probably fake, and that's nothing against you. It's against the universe. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, the writing could be a thing. The whole game was kinda leaked, so the whole game has been out, so that's not ideal. Um, I do think the hack maybe legitimately hurt them, which is tragic. Tragic. Yeah, I really wanna see this new Tomb Raider game because, I feel like I would like the Tomb Raider games more now than I did back when the trilogy came out, so. And that's right. Jay knows. Jay knows. Jay always knows. But yeah, I'm very excited and very ready for the next Tomb Raider game. Yeah, I try to, unless it's well, really, even when I do the if I do a PlayStation showcase, I try to read all your comments before the showcase starts. So that's just kind of my style. I know not everybody does it, but I actually don't have that much content. I kind of rely on your guys' messages for the content, but it's a hangout stream, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man, I like I don't think I could actually go back from Spider-Man 2 to 1 when it comes to gameplay, but the story stuff, um, the story stuff definitely, I think, took a dip a little bit. Um, yeah, it's just when you have the reports that's like they talked about, like, that 3rd act just being scrapped, right? So, like, clearly something happened, and then you play the game and, like, the pacing is just off in that final couple hours. So, like, whether that was Sony or Insomniac or a combination, something did happen, right? Something did happen. But you're right, they did have 5 years, and if you can't do it in 5 years, they probably wanted 6, but, still trying to get Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade. I think I like Stellar Blade more than Rise of the Ronin, but Rise of the Ronin I think is underrated. Um, I agree. I agree. They're stuck in, well, they definitely make just Marvel stuff now, so they are stuck. Do you expect to ever see any old Mega Man sub brands? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've heard a lot of great. I've never played Battle Network, but I've heard a lot about Battle Network, and I would love to. I think I think they will literally make a new Mega Man game, but you could always do like re-releases of the collections, right? I have the one that's like Mega Man 1 through 6 or whatever it is. Then there's 2 of them or whatever. And then there's all the X games, and that's in the collection. I also have one on PS2. I got digitally the first Mega Man collection, but I have that same collection I found in a store physically in person. And I wish I could grab it, but it's over there. It's a Mega. It looks cool. It looks cool. But yeah, yeah, I think well, like they're doing with Dead Rising, right? Like they're trying to I think they're gonna do a literal new Dead Rising game, but they're also doing the deluxe remaster. I saw that Susie Hunter talk about how she hates the name deluxe. And deluxe remaster kind of has a slimy, sound to it. Why is it what makes it deluxe? You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, Wukong did its thing. Not to get too, political into all that stuff, but Wukong is the game. It's not being bogged down by anything. It just is what it is. I mean, I think the game is just good, though. You know what I mean? Like, the game is just fun. The combat is really good. All of your skills and, like, the different ways you can put skill points into things. And the sense of exploration, finding the side bosses or optional bosses, the main bosses, like it's a good game. I think good games sell, and I think good games can be political. And like Bioshock 1 is a political game, right? Or it has politics in it. Let's say maybe it's not a political game, but you can do that. The game just has to be good. Life is Strange 1, it has tons of, like Don't Nod was ahead of the curve with some of like the progressive kind of things. It's not forced down your throat. It's just there. Like people are who they are. Situations are what they are, and the game's just a good game. You know what I mean? Or for Life is Strange, it's an amazing game. But yeah. Got a question about the promote feature on YouTube. I won't be able to use the last access. Is that so? That's where you put actually. So with the promote thing, I think that's where you put money in. It's like an advertising thing. I used to do it with Twitter, just a little bit back in the day when I first started Twitter. You basically like put money into it, and it will push you, in like the recommended. It'll have like a block for the ad thing. I've seen quite a few videos talking about how to do it. Does it work? Is it actually worth it? And normally I found that it's not worth, like it does. Well, not that it doesn't work, that it's sometimes not worth the money you put in. Are you going to get more money out of it than what you put in? Right. And oftentimes, at least the videos I've watched, it doesn't happen all that often. But it gets your videos out there. Like it literally shows it to new people. So I've always been curious. Like I've always kind of wanted to do it, but I did do it with Twitter, and it's a neat, I don't know, like the dashboard for it is like different and kind of cool. So yeah. The Silent Hill, the greatest hits version actually is extra. Yes. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about there. But you know what? The Silent Hill, that stuff is in that enhanced mod, Jay, on PC. That all that stuff is in that mod. So, but yeah, so I guess so is the greatest hits version actually the better one to get physically then? I don't know. I can't rationalize spending $200. You know what I mean? I can't rationalize spending $200 on Silent Hill. Wonder what the platform breakdown is for sale. Yeah, I think so. I think Steam is probably at least it's out of 10, right? I think Steam is at least 6. At least 6 million out of 10, if not more. It's probably like 60-40, if not maybe 70-30. Oh, nice. Nice. I didn't like it. GTA 3 is a product of its time. I made the video on Back to the Past on GTA 3. I can respect what it's doing, but I can't say that the game is like a good game to play now. Like it just, what I mean? You can recognize what it was doing, and from like a historian, which I did in that video, right? You can kind of tell from just like a respecting video game lore and history what GTA 3 did for the industry, while also saying that it's not an amazing game right now. San Andreas and Vice City, I have to still play them or replay them. No. If you've never played a Souls game, I don't know, like people, okay. I think some people would probably just tell you yes, but I'm not some people, and I try to be as genuine as can be. Like it's the most, like with summons and with that you can kind of just farm, right? And you don't have to go anywhere you don't want to right away. Yes, that makes it easier. But if you've never actually played one of these games for the gameplay style, I don't think you'll like it. You know what I mean? And same thing for Black Myth. Like, you don't have to be good at these games, but I think you literally needed to have played them before. Now, every game is somebody's first game, right? Oh, by the way, you guys see my shirt? I love it. I kind of sound like Squidward if I plug my nose like this. But yeah, so that's kind of my opinion on it. I mean, Elden Ring is going to be somebody's first Souls game, but I feel like it's easier if it's not your first one. I don't know. A little bit is an understatement. Gameplay. Oh, I don't know what you're talking. Are you talking about Black Myth? Gameplay is the king of Black Myth, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Sorry. Another issue with me going through all the comments like this is that sometimes I don't know what it's in reference to. Yeah, I think the Wolverine game's gonna be good. I wonder about sales. I wonder about money, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, yeah. I always thought Uncharted was better. I thought the trilogy of Uncharted was better than the trilogy of Tomb Raider. Yeah, I mean, the word's been used to death, and I swear that at some point those people said that, like, you got to stop using the word. Anytime you use any word, you lessen, like, the more you use it, you lessen the value of it, right? So, like, are some things literally woke? Yes, or but the word has been like, the word has been like all over. What's the word? Twisted. The word has been twisted, and yeah, I don't know. Like just the more you use it and kind of act like it's a boogeyman phase, the weaker. Though not that it doesn't exist. Like I do think some games have some stuff that not that it doesn't necessarily need to be in it. Well, maybe, but like there's good ways of or there's right ways and there's wrong ways, in my opinion. Like I think a game can tell the story or tell the themes and messaging and all that stuff. I think any game can do it, but again, oftentimes when it's done wrong, it's just done wrong in the same way over and over, where like that's the primary. The messaging should never be the number one thing in anything. Escapism, for escapism things, movies, shows, games, music. You can have messages and you can do it the right. When I say right way, again, I mean just like do a good product, and those things can be in the product and they can be fine. They can be fine. But when you make them all about that stuff, then obviously that's where so many things falter. That's how they all fail. Zach, what's up? Nice to see you. Leo, oh, what's going on? Leo, are you the same Leo, for Quidditch? Because I don't know, there could be more than one Leo. No, I don't consider no. I don't smoke, drink, drug, like none of that. Straight edge, So I don't think I wouldn't consider myself a hippie. Yeah, Twitter can be pretty bad. Twitter can be pretty terrible. As good as I'm excited for AC Shadows. Yeah, I'm excited for both. I think I'm actually more excited for Star Wars, to be honest with you. Okay, yeah, you are the same Leo. I'm just as soon as I'm done streaming here, I'm gonna do a video talking about how we won, and so that video will be up later today. Very exciting. Thank you, Nick. Oh, Spider-Man 2. Okay. Yeah, no, gameplay did carry it. I think I kind of got lost in reading the chat. No, the best part of Spider-Man 2 is the gameplay. Like easily. So yeah, I think it not a little bit. You're right. You're right to call me out. It massively carried it. So with all of the woke stuff that I just said out of the way, I don't think Sweet Baby Inc. is necessary at all. I don't think. Are they like a death sentence? No. So I don't know if I would go at, to keep it as simple and point blank, right? Like, do I think they're a boogeyman that immediately makes anything bad? No. But are they necessary? Also, no. Their entire point is to be brought in as consultants when you don't need them as consultants. The studio should be able to, they are brought in for whatever they call it, like the scores on these games. They're brought in for that point. If your writers can't do what Sweet Baby Inc. can do, then I think you need to find new writers. That's what I think about that for most consultant things, but specifically gaming writing consultants. If you need to bring them in, why? Why do you actually need to bring them in? And the answer is normally like to diversify the story. Well, either it doesn't need to be diversified or you need to find writers that can do it on their own. Why are you paying extra money to have this consultant firm come in and maybe mess it up? Maybe not, but maybe mess it up. So that's my opinion on them. They're not a death because they did Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is my game of the year for last year. So I don't think they ruined that, you know what I mean? But are they necessary? No, they're not. I think the games would have been fine. My only issues were some missions were too hard. I had to use cheats. So, yeah. And, but some of those games back then, you were supposed to use cheats almost. Like they're encouraged. Yes. Yeah. No, Elden Ring is easily the most accessible. I just don't know if you've never played them before, Concord took 8 years to develop that. It is crazy. They did listen to us for Quidditch, and I'm so freaking happy. The week of the 5th and happened the week of the 12th. Wow. Well, there you go. I don't know. Don't believe it just blatantly, or what's the word? Don't just believe it to believe it, but you do you. I'm very excited, Pedro. Yeah. I tweeted it. I'm going to make a video right after this and we'll talk about Quidditch Champions. I feel like I had something to do with them doing it. Okay. If I have to be cocky for us, and I'm going to say this in the video, if I got to be cocky just for a second, I think you needed me to make that video in order to get this. So not saying you're welcome, but I think we came together. I mean, truthfully, we came together and I think politely, I don't think we, encouraged anything negative. We politely but aggressively asked for 6v6. They listened, and they deserve a ton of credit for that. And I'm very almost like I say proud, not as like some sort of weird father figure thing. I say like I'm proud. I'm proud that they did that. I have not heard. I think the review scores go up on Monday, so I'll be making a video on Monday. We'll start talking about it, and I'm gonna get it next Friday. And I'll have some impressions videos, some guides, or whatever I decide to do. There'll be some videos on Outlaws very soon. If you were to redo bad games, oh man. Well, Avengers and Suicide Squad, I would simply take out them being live service, and I think that would help them quite a bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a good question. I think it's too. It would take too long to get into it here. But for Suicide Squad, I would add more missions. You do have to improve the story because I think the story was pretty bad. But new missions, new mission types, like literally types. Maybe take away the guns. Maybe go back to like the free flow or some kind of combination of them. And not live service. You'll finish the game when the game is finished. You know what I mean? Dang, so there you go. You got to do it. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. People complain, but they don't talk about. I think I actually do a pretty good job of that, though. If you watch my reviews or impressions videos or things like that, I generally am pretty specific with what I don't like. So I didn't like the mission variety in Suicide Squad, so simply change it. And when I say change it, I mean make more than 5. I think they are. They were locked into those because of the combat stuff, right? So that was a big issue for it. No, I mean, I'm not super into the combat style of the new AC games anyway, so I'm probably not the right person to ask. I think it's fine. That's true. That's true. And I mean, to be fair, like people do have that right. I mean, social media allows people to go on and say, I didn't like this game. You don't have to explain yourself. I think the only times you have to explain yourself is when you're heavily invested in it. You know what I mean? If you're somebody like me, like I don't think it's right for a content creator to just simply say it, right? They would have to explain themselves. If you just go on Twitter and say, let's pick a game. I hated Rise of the Ronin. That's fine. Like nobody cares anyway. It's your opinion. You have the right to your opinion, right? But nobody like cares. And so you don't have to explain yourself. But if you tweet it for like 2 months straight, I hated it. Then if you go after people and you say, well, I hated it, so you should hate it too. Then I think you should explain yourself. Well, why did you hate it? Why do you think other people should hate it, right? But if you just say, I didn't like this game, I don't think you need an explanation for that, right? At least that's me. That's me. Open to see more. Yes. Oh, Hexe. I'm so excited for that game. So, yes. The next 2 months, we are in the gauntlet, boys and girls. Oh, I'm glad I speak for the people. Man, I hope it. Yes. I mean, trust me. Nobody wants Kingdom Hearts 4 more than me right here. Map problem and puzzle problem. I liked the board. I did get stuck a few times, but I liked it. The map, I got stuck a few times on the map. I think I got lost with Alan quite a couple times. Oops. Your impression video. Nice. No, I appreciate that, and I'll tell it to you straight. You know what I mean? I'm honestly still waiting. I saw a couple other people out there that said that they got Star Wars Outlaws already. They got the codes from Ubisoft. I'm waiting. I'm also a partner with Ubisoft, kind of, I guess. I don't really know what to consider it or how to call it, but I've gotten, they've reached out for several games of theirs. What's funny is I've been supportive of Star Wars Outlaws. Like I generally like it, and I've made probably like 20 videos on stuff, and they do good. They don't do insane. I'm not here getting 40,000 views, but they do pretty well. And I've seen other people say that they got Outlaws, and I have not. So if Ubisoft doesn't give it to me, that's totally cool. I'll buy it myself. But then you'll know for sure I'm not paid off, right? Black Myth I got by myself. Yeah, we can trust them. Because this would ruin it if they say it and they don't do it. Just like Suicide Squad with the offline mode, it would ruin them. Yeah, I didn't like to make. I don't know what you just said there. But, oh, yeah, I mean, it's always good to explain again, when you do a review to kind of explain a little bit. A Batman Beyond game or a Gambit game? Oh, man, well, Gambit I think would actually be really, really cool, but I'll go Batman Beyond because, I replayed Arkham Asylum within the last month, and, yeah, I mean, I'll always take a new Batman game. I'm not bored of them yet. Devil May Cry typo? I mean, I'll take a Devil May Cry game. It does. It does. There's some polishing, worrisome things with Star Wars Outlaws. I agree with you there. What character would you want to be the third EA Marvel game? So we're getting Iron Man. We're getting Iron Man and Black Panthers, pretty much. The EA ones. I think I would like a redo with a Thor game. I know there was the Thor, like the Dark World games on PS3. I'd like a redo of that or Deadpool, another Deadpool game. I think I could get down with those. Gambit sounds X-23, I think would be a cool one as well. Oh, Marcus, thank you, buddy. Thank you. I did see it. I was gonna do a video, and then we got bogged down with all of this silly gaming stuff. No, it's been a busy week in terms of gaming stuff, but I did see it. I've seen all the Scream stuff. The December to March. The rumors of like Patrick Dempsey being a small role. The super dark ghost face, the seeing Sydney in like the most vulnerable kind of situation she's been in. They're gonna kill Mark within the first half an hour, and then they're gonna come for Sydney, and it's gonna be insane. So I have seen all of that. I am planning on doing a video, and once they start filming, once we get casting stuff, it's been quiet for me with Scream on the channel, but I promise you, I will be back, and we will do Scream live streams, and we will have a jolly good time. So no, I've kept up with all that stuff. I'm ready. Give me December. Oh, let me get this before I get to Jay. I didn't see much about Star Wars, but I heard people not that happy with it after trying. Yeah, it's been kind of mixed. It's been a little mixed in terms of the opinions on it. If you play Avengers now, yes, Avengers is definitely better now than it was. That's true. That's true. It was a lot. Yeah, a decent story, and the gameplay is grinded. The story, I think, like compared to some of the other live servicey type things that's happened in recent years, the story is not bad. So, yeah, I mean, a redo on Avengers would be nice. Make an Avengers game. I mean, we just did it, but make another one. You know, I appreciate it, Nick. Thank you. I try not. I do have an ego. I just kind of hide it. No, I try to stay humbled, especially when I talk to you guys with gaming and stuff. I'm just one person. I have my own opinions. I'm strong on my opinions, but I'm not here to make you believe. You know what I mean? I'll keep harping on you on Life is Strange all day long, and it's up to you if you want to play it or not play it. Working on a rewrite video for Resident Evil 3 remake. So, oh yeah, yeah. I hope to maybe Resident Evil 3's remake turns 5 next year, right? Or maybe the year after. So I'll probably be playing that within the next year. It's one of my dream games. Yeah, I would definitely take a new Prototype game. That would be high on the list for sure. Yep, I love Prototype. Prototype 1. I really didn't like Prototype 2, but I love 1. Bloodborne 2. Yep. Or just getting Bloodborne in general. Moon Knight. Oh, Moon Knight would be great. Moon Knight would be great. I would also want more Infamous games to this comment about Second Son. Yes, new Scream movie. You'll see it on my channel. If you didn't know that there's a Scream 7 coming and you watch my channel, you will know soon because you'll say, why does he do a video every 3 days on Scream? I'm not going to stop just because people... I saw one comment on the Kirby video where a person was like, he must be like their number one fan. There's people that make more Scream videos. I think in all, I think I've made like 400 Scream videos. So I might have the most Scream videos on YouTube, but that might also not be true. So I don't know if I can actually claim that victory, Yeah, EA is done with Marvel pretty much after what they're working on because it's so expensive. Infamous Collection, exactly. Infamous, Resistance, Killzone, bringing back PlayStation All-Stars, obviously Sly, Jack and Dax. I mean, they could go on. How long do you want to go, right? Could go on forever. Has YouTube been pushing your older videos? Oh, wow. I haven't looked. I honestly haven't looked. they did pretty good at the time. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. True. I really hope we're gonna wrap up. So I'm gonna wrap up probably within the next couple minutes. Anything you guys want to? We'll say 5. We'll go 5 more minutes. So anything you guys want to talk about, let me know in the chat, okay? And then we'll wrap it up here. I appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. I also hope that one day we get the KOTOR remake. I've been thinking about. I'll probably make a video on it at the end of this year. The What's Going On series that I do of talking about a game that's never going to come out. I'll do it on KOTOR at the end of the year. Well, I wouldn't say I'm so excited. I would say I'm excited. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty transparent. I think it looks fun. I think there's a lot of potential in like the reputation system and the wanted system, and just being able to kind of go out and take some quests in a Star Wars open world game seems fun to me. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be amazing. I think I said that right. I don't think it's going to be amazing. I don't think it's even going to be really great. I think it'll probably just be solid, like a good solid game. Why did Twitch remove the ability on mobile to save VODs? You only have to do it from PC. It must be some sort of programming, storage. It's got to be like a back end tech thing. You know what I mean? Got to be something like that. I have a big screen for. There you go. There you go. You and me both. There's so much Sony can do, but they don't. I mean, like Sony has the treasure trove, of they have the biggest history. They really do. Like of the big ones that are left, they have such a deep history, so many IPs. That's why I fell in love with PlayStation. Like, Sly Cooper, Crash originally, right? Like Crash Bash. I think I've said it before. Like Crash Bash was the first game I ever played that I remember. So, and I'm pretty sure it also was the first game I ever played. So, Crash was a PlayStation icon. Spyro, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. And then you get into the more mature stuff of Killzone, Resistance, Infamous, Heavy Rain at the time, Uncharted, Gravity Rushes. We keep going. I mean, you can go on for hours about the PlayStation IPs that are just legendary. They're all so good. All of those games I just said are so good. They say Infamous? Infamous. So, yeah. And they're terrible at managing them, by the way. They're terrible. Got to call it out. Oh, yeah. Kim Possible would be fun. They could take... Yeah. Heavy Rain's great. Heavy Rain. I think it still holds up. It's not, you can't convince somebody who came out this year, but I think the Arkham games will probably get remade eventually. I do. I think they're guaranteed sales, so I think it'd be, be something. But do you have an opinion why it dropped its old series? Yeah. So, okay. So Sucker Punch only did Sly 1 through 3. Then Sanzaru Games swooped in, did the Sly collection on PS3, and then Sly 4. And they were planning, they wanted to do more. Sly just never sold. So Sly 1, 2, 3 sold pretty well. Sly 4 did not sell well. And so that killed Sly off. Sucker Punch was just done, after Sly 3. Then they made Infamous. And I don't really feel like I know why they stopped after Second Son, because I feel like there's more to do with the Infamous brand. But I think they do have say in what they make. There's still some people on the Sucker Punch team. I've seen interviews. There's still heads of the teams that were there for Sly. And they've talked about like they wouldn't be opposed to making a Sly game one of these times, but they're doing Ghost of Tsushima. So I feel like maybe not like Insomniac, or maybe like Insomniac originally, they're kind of allowed to pick and choose. Insomniac, I think, picked to do Marvel, and then now Sony has like stuck them with Marvel. Sucker Punch, I feel like, has a little bit of like ability to do what they want. And yeah. So yeah. If I'm being honest, I would love to see another Guardians of the Galaxy gameplay. Yeah, I would love that. God of War. Oh yeah, duh. God of War. Yep. Yeah, the open, those are all be things that I will call out if they're there. Definitely don't want an empty open world. Infamous was originally going to go a different route. Second Son wasn't supposed to exist. The canon was Cole becoming the Beast. Yeah. Nate Fox said so himself, but most people chose the good ending, so that screwed up everything. Well, they gave the option to do the endings. If they didn't want people to choose, they shouldn't have done it. But Yeah, it was a mistake to drop Cole. Like that was their big, to not spoil, which we kind of already did. To not spoil the ending of Infamous 2. It was a big mistake to, just drop Cole. Just like it was a big mistake, by the way, for Prototype. They both did it. They both did it. Prototype dropped Alex Mercer after the first game, mind you, and Infamous dropped Cole after the second game, and both of those were a big, big, you know, issue because I just don't think Delson is all that good. And yeah, you know, well, let's focus on Asylum City and Origins first. Maybe one day we get an Arkham Knight. I don't even want to think about like the new games that come out nowadays to get a remake. That's just sick, you know. Oh, the Tron series. The best we have of Tron is him in Kingdom Hearts, right? I'm not. No, I don't really do drive. Racing. I'm not too big into Gran Turismo or Forza or real life stuff like NASCAR and stuff. I can respect it, and it's very dangerous. I feel, and those people are very talented drivers, but I'm not in that. I'm not. Same reason I don't really like watching baseball, even though I played baseball growing up. I think watching baseball is kind of boring. Golf, I think I respect golf, but I also think that's boring to watch. NASCAR, I think, is also boring. Um, Jack X, like Motor Storm, Crash Team Racing. I do like some racing games, some of those, but more like cartoony ones. No, I don't think was Tron Uprising the movie, like the more recent one. I've never actually watched the Tron movie like from beginning to end with Jared Leto or whatever. Just didn't care enough. But golf does take insane precision. Like I can absolutely respect golf. I just can't watch it. I think it's just too boring. I do like sports though. Like football. The Buffalo Bills are coming back. Sabres, my Buffalo Sabres of hockey. I love watching hockey. It's a good escapism for me from games, which is escapism from life. I play games to get away from life, and then I've watched the Sabres lose for 13 years to get away from games. And I don't know why I'm stuck in that just trend of despair, but here we are. Okay, final one. I do think a Battlefront 3. I think it would just be another Battlefront game, not a Battlefront 3. I do think it would come back. All right, guys. This was a blast. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting, for commenting, all that stuff. I really do appreciate it. There'll be I'll talk about Quidditch Champions in a video that'll go up later tonight, tomorrow, and the weekend. I got a couple different videos that'll go up, and we'll go live next week. Next week, Star Wars, the week before Astro. So we might do something else just like this, and we'll see how it goes, okay? Portal player. I feel bad. I'm just on my way out. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They had a way they could have kept going, and then they just chose not to. Which, again, maybe was literally a choice from them. You never know. All right, guys. Appreciate you being here. Videos all weekend long. Got like 6-7 videos coming for you. And we will be... let's see. I got to leave. I have to leave. But yeah, next week we'll be live again. Maybe we'll do something similar to this. Get ready for Astrobot, Quidditch, casting of Frank Stone, all that jazz. All right. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you all on the next one.